Hey, welcome. Today, we are going to dive into something really powerful. We're talking about that journey from feeling totally, completely unqualified to becoming absolutely undeniable in whatever you do.
This one sentence really is the core of everything we're about to unpack. So try to think of your journey not as some boring straight line, but as a path through two really important gates. You start at one, and the whole point is to get to the other.
I mean, come on, who hasn't felt that? It's that little voice in your head, right? The one that whispers, you're not ready, that you don't have what it takes, that somehow everyone else got the memo and you didn't. Well, that feeling, it has a name, and it's the very first gate we all have to walk through. So, let's start right there. Let's really dig in and understand what it means to be standing at that first gate. What is this unqualified feeling, really? This right here, this is the fundamental mix-up. That feeling of discomfort you get when you're pushing your boundaries, when you're in a new situation, that's not a stop sign. It's not telling you to quit. It's actually a sign that you're growing. You're not disqualified. You're just uncomfortable. And that's a huge difference. This is such a powerful way to reframe that negative voice in our heads. So when you feel like an imposter, what's really going on is you have the awareness of the goal, you just don't have the evidence yet. And that feeling that you lack potential, that's not a final judgment on your life. It just means you've shown up to the party early. The work is still ahead.
And I just love this quote because it perfectly illustrates the point, doesn't it? Being unqualified is just a state of potential. You're the seed. The proof of the tree? Well, that comes later, after some time and a whole lot of pressure. It's not about a lack of ability. It's just a stage of development. Okay, so if being unqualified is just the starting gate, where do we go from there? Well, lucky for us, it turns out there's a map. And here it is. This is the roadmap. You start at unqualified. That's where we all begin. Then you get trained. You start building skills that nobody's recognized yet. Next, you get tested. This is where you face rejection and realize, hey, this is just data. Then you become proven. Your results start to speak for you. And finally, indispensable. This is where your reputation and your value just walk into the room before you even do. So the really crucial thing to get here is that you have to embrace the process of becoming. The journey itself, the learning, the failing, the growing, that's what creates the masterpiece. It's this active, ongoing thing that takes patience. It's all about focusing on the process, not just obsessing over the finish line. All right, so we've got the map, but what's going to fuel the journey from one stage to the next? It's not just motivation, it's confidence, but probably not the kind of confidence you're thinking of. We so often wait to feel confident before we take action, but the thinking here is that this is completely backward. Confidence isn't something you need to start, it's something you earn as a result of starting. It's a muscle, and the only way it grows is through use. Seriously, this question is a total trap. It keeps you stuck, focused on judging yourself, and it just paralyzes you with doubt. It's a question you can never really answer, and it leads absolutely nowhere. So let's just throw it out and replace it with something way better. Now, this question changes everything. Instead of that vague, am I good enough nonsense, ask yourself, how many reps have I put in? This shifts your entire focus from some fuzzy sense of worthiness to a hard, tangible number. How many times have you practiced the skill? That's the only metric that truly matters.
So how do you build that confidence muscle? You got it through ruthless repetition. You just take action, and I promise you, the confidence will catch up. It's not built by people telling you you're great. It's built by the evidence you create for yourself over and over again. The bottom line is, if you're thinking more than you're doing, you're stuck. Time to get moving.
Let this one just sink in for a second. Your actions create your confidence. Your confidence does not create your actions. So if you want to feel more confident, the solution is actually pretty simple, though not always easy. Just do more. Okay, so we have the map and we have the engine, but what about the destination? Where are we going with all this? This last part connects that whole journey of mastery to a much deeper sense of purpose. And here is another huge reframe. We're always told to follow your passion, right? But what if that's also backward? The argument here is that true, deep passion isn't something you just find one day. It's something you build, you cultivate, by getting exceptionally good at something valuable.
Well, if passion is the result of mastery, then the big question becomes, what should I commit to mastering? Where should I be putting in all those reps?
Your path is often hiding in the problems that just won't leave you alone. What are the things that frustrate you? What do you wish was better in the world? But maybe the real question to ask is this: what skill is so important to you that you're willing to suffer for it? That's where you're going to find your purpose.
And this is really the essence of becoming undeniable. It's all about building a skill set that is so rare, so valuable, that your work just speaks for itself. Your value becomes so crystal clear that people have no choice but to sit up and take notice. So let's end with this thought. Yes, you might feel unqualified right now. We all do. But that's not the real question. The real question is, are you on schedule? Are you putting in the reps? Are you moving through the stages? Because being unqualified isn't a failure. It's just the first step on the path to becoming truly undeniable.